At this point, instead of telling you our history, we have a man, one of us, one of our members, who was born in this church. So instead of writing something to read for you, we say, Brother Atta, come here and just share some of the high points. Come in. By the way, Atta is 85 years and still going up. Is it 86 now?
I was asked to give a brief history of the church, and it's going to be very brief. In a one-room shack in 1834, documents were signed to organize the Episcopal Methodist Church. As the congregation grew and the church needed more space, the initial congregants moved to a new location on Main Street near the Lights Club Theater in the middle of town. The land now that now houses the Freeport Methodist Church was purchased and constructed in 1886. The cornerstone was laid in 1890. By 1907, the parsonage was the Veterans House that now stands, was built to accommodate the various pastors and their families. The next addition in 1927 was a large three-story building that was used for church school classes, plays, movie nights, large dinners, church fairs, basketball, and baseball. Major renovations were made in 1958 to the sanctuary by builder Fred Howell. The organ pipes were moved from the back of the choir loft and went into the new organ chamber, which is over on the left, to accommodate the growing choir. The altar was raised, the podiums were added, a 20-foot high doors that existed between the last pews inside here, where the balcony begins, was removed. The remaining church school classes that met in the balcony, and I was one of them, were moved to the parish hall, and the curtains were that divided the classes were removed. At the same time, the three classrooms and storage rooms directly below the sanctuary were remodeled. Downstairs to the Powell room, which is in the second building, a large kitchen was added to the north end of the old basketball court that we had down there, and a large sliding doors were installed to enable the room to be split in half if desired for a particular activity. The parsonage that Pastor and Mrs. Aduko live in now was purchased in the fall of 1980 from Frank Smith. The old parsonage at 54 Pine Street, which is just the next building down, was sold to Mike Burns, a member of our congregation. The new parsonage had 3 bedrooms, 2.5 baths, a full attic, a full basement, with 2-car garage at a cost of, I'm very happy to say, $49,000. That's a real bargain in today's market, that's for sure. Our church was organized while Freeport was still called Rainatown. The steeple was struck twice by lightning and had to be rebuilt. The church was blessed with a $385,000 bequest from one of the congregants, the Smith family. The bequest allowed us to repaint the church, put in new carpets, redo the outstanding stucco, install the handicap ramp, paint the parish hall, in addition to investing a portion of that money to the church school, support ministries, and for scholarships. Another large bequest, or a big Powerball win, would help us to redo the roofs, which are very ancient, repaint the sanctuary. As you notice, we got a lot of dings up there, and re-rug the sanctuary once again. The congregation throughout the years had many of Freeport's most influential people. Names like Dodd, Rayner, Howell, Southard, Mapes, Pearsall, Powell, Smith, and John J. Randall. They were not the only pillars of the Freeport community, but also the pillars of the church. Perhaps because John W. Dodd was such an active school official and church member, our church was blessed with a myriad of school teachers. In the late 1960s, there was over 35 teachers here at Freeport that belonged to our church. As Linda Hendrickson would always say, it made our staffing never a problem. The church offered many ministries to the community and to its members. Large church school classes, the His and Her Club, United Methodist Women, Men's Club, Bible studies, Operation Pride and help services, a variety of supports like the Methodist Youth Fellowship, interchurch basketball and baseball teams, town parades, and more recently, we allotted space to the Freeport Methodist Committee on the relief for house renovation to our town after the Superstorm Sandy. Mission activity today is initiated mostly by the Table Talk to Action. We support the Soup to Nuts Soup Kitchen, the Bethany House, the Long Island Council of Churches, the Long Island Coalition for the Homeless, UMCOR, and we still have a great relationship with the Freeport School District. Social workers in various schools provide the Adopt a Family program that we run here, with the names and the sizes of between 65 and 70 Freeport families. The legacy of Freeport United Methodist Church is one of pride, love, caring, longevity, and service to God. It has been one of the service to men and women who were part of the church. The torch has been passed to those who are currently attending church. For those who have joined the Lord, we say, well done, good, faithful servants. For those of us who continue to add to the church's legacy, we have some big shoes to fill. Thank you very much for listening, and I'm sorry, if anybody would like in the future a walk through our church, I'd be happy to help them. Thank you.